Hi, friends. Um, so for this assignment, the angle I chose was for my specific congregation was the idea of Joseph taking Mary to be his wife, um, even though she was pregnant. And, you know, without going into a ton of stuff that a lot of us probably already know, um, just the social stigma from that culture of the first century Jewish culture was that would have been like, what? Um, and so the reason I would choose it is because my specific congregation, I think it would be such a really beautiful topic. I'm grateful to be, I'm in the South, the Bible Belt in Charleston, South Carolina, but I'm in a congregation that's very progressive in a lot of ways. And it has been a safe haven for a lot of church hurt people, me being one. And so I found this specific aspect of the narrative of Jesus' birth to be very powerful because it's it's something that obviously in that culture would have been not an ideal, but I believe that what preaches in it is that God can make what isn't necessarily ideal into something beautiful, and that's kind of the narrative of all of Scripture. And that God's plan is always coming through, um, making things beautiful and redeeming things that might be broken or appear broken. Um, and so, for a lot of our congregants who come from pasts that are possibly with moral stains, which is quite a few of our congregant members or congregation members, um, that might resonate well in this kind of like God meets us in our pain and understands our unique hurt. And then for those who might be sitting on the other side, where it's like I've done the right thing my whole life, um, and of course, we're all sinners, but there's just this impact that strikes where it's like, you know what, it really isn't about this faith thing. Isn't really about doing it all right. It's about how God gets glory from all kinds of places, um, and through broken situations. And so I just think that this is a very big part of the story of Jesus and how Joseph and Mary um, continue, and Joseph continues to stay with Mary, um, not out of this like dutiful, like, I am man and I will take care of this woman, although that is the cultural norm in that age. It comes from this place of like, um, at least the interpretation that I come away from the text with, is that we trust in God to redeem the things that don't make sense to us maybe now, and to bring forth glory in ways that to God that may not necessarily fit what our normal narrative might be. So, anyways, that's kind of where I would go with perhaps like a sermon um, with my church, especially considering the fact that sermons tend to be like the main liturgical art in the middle of the service that people tend to really pay attention to in my church. And so that's why I would choose sermon, and I would choose the idea of this social norm being broken and how God redeems in the midst of it. I think it would hit home. So that's where I'm at. So hope y'all have a great weekend.